But so, if that were to be the case, what power do I think that Shemrock has? Well, did you know that in Greek mythology, Hades rules the underworld, but someone else actually oversees death and carries out those duties for him, which is Thanatos. He's kind of like this Grim Reaper character and falls under Hades in the godly hierarchy, and so naturally, I think that this could be the role that Shemrock plays in the story. After all, he is his father's enforcer, the god of death, Thanatos, which would also be why he can summon Cerberus, the guardian of hell, as it's his sworn duty to enact his god's will by defending the Holy Land, which then would basically be Garling and Emu's will as well. Okay, but with that out of the way, let's just really get into what this could mean for the story potentially. We've now talked about what could be the true nature of these demon powers, why they seem to be separate potentially from devil fruits, and what cool possibilities are in store, but how will Luffy and the crew ever learn to defeat this ability? Well, I do think that my man Scalper Gaban that we met in the last chapter here has one job, and that is to teach Luffy and the crew potentially how to defeat these demonic powers, and that's why we are on Elbaf, that's why Scalper is right here, and it's also why Shemrock specifically showed up on this island right now. Because I could absolutely see Oda using Shemrock as a sort of test run for Luffy's devil-slaying haki. You see, generally speaking, throughout the story, Oda has this tendency to create and use villains as a very linear power-up tool for Luffy. They have an ability that he needs to overcome or learn how to use himself, and so after fighting them a bunch, he finally learns to overcome his weakness and defeat them with this newfound power. This was already true pre-time skip, but especially post-time skip, the same formula just keeps getting used. Doflamingo was too powerful with an awakened devil fruit, well, here's Gear 4th. Katakuri can see the future, well, Luffy busts out Snake Man to move faster than his future sight and then learns to read the future himself. And of course, the most obvious example there is Kaido, who Luffy had to fight 3 times before finally truly mastering Advanced Conquerors and awakening his own devil fruit as well. In the end, inevitably defeating the King of Beasts.